Welcome to another episode of 2 Minute Tech Time, TMT. We're going to look at piston balancing. Piston balancing isn't to improve the performance of your engine, but rather the longevity. So how do we conduct piston balancing? Well, there's multiple ways to do it, but what you first need to do is lay out all your pistons, remove the wrist pins or gudgeon pins, depending on what lingo you'd rather use. Based on the lightest piston, we need to then match the others through swapping and changing gudgeon pins or removing material itself. And here we have an example of a previous piston that was done by a shop. In this case, you can see that they've grinded material away at the sides. Others like to radius the edges around here. What you want to do is have the piston weight within a close range of each other with some sort of tolerance. That tolerance varies between different OEMs of vehicles. For example, these old VW pistons, the factory tolerance is 5 grams. That's quite loose. The more higher RPM your engine is expected to go, the more important piston balancing becomes. Now, when we are conducting piston balancing, you need to take into account not just the piston weight, but also the weight with the rings, the gudgeon pins, and the clips themselves. What we want is the assembly, that weight, to match these other assemblies here. Let's go weigh our wrist pins. Alright, so we got 132. All our wrist pins, or gudgeon pins, are 132 grams each. Rings, clips, piston, 484 grams. They're all within plus or minus 1 gram as it is. But I will give you a demonstration of how to balance nonetheless, okay? I've got this old piston here. So you'll take your heaviest piston, work out what your lowest piston assembly weight is, and that's what you're aiming for. Take your heaviest piston, remove some material. Does that get you within your tolerance of the lightest piston? Can you add a lighter gudgeon pin to this heavier piston to reach that lighter piston weight? Or give the lighter piston a heavier gudgeon pin to be within that weight tolerance, okay? So in this case, take your drilling bit, and what you'll do is you'll progressively creep up. You'll remove material there. Preferably, I'd rather go here. That's just my preference. You could radius that edge there. Gently creep up on it. See how many grams you lose. You can also use your mill bit to go and radius off the inside of the wrist pin itself as well. And hopefully that gives you enough reduction to go and meet your tolerance. That there is piston balancing.